Hi, welcome. I'm Bonnie Lynn Linky, and welcome to my studio. I was doing this video live, and we were about 5 minutes away from being done. And somebody forgot to charge their laptop last night, and it just went dead. But in all fairness, I thought I did charge it. I just forgot to check the battery button on it this morning before starting this. So I apologize, and thank you for joining me for this one. I appreciate it. And I will go over everything because I'm just deleting that video from YouTube. Um, so let's see. Good news. Tomorrow a sale starts with Stampin' Up. All Stamping Up bundles will be 10%, an extra 10% off. And this starts at midnight tonight, June 5th. So tomorrow's June 5th. So yeah, and it goes through the rest of the month. And in addition to the stamp bundles in the annual catalog being on sale, the cut and emboss machine, which is this nice little machine right here, is on sale at 10% off, as well as the mini cut and emboss machine is on sale at 10% off. So yeah, it's a good time to get a good cut and emboss machine. If you didn't get it when there was free shipping, this is almost like free shipping. It's only 1% difference. So how exciting is that? And I hope you'll take advantage of it. And if you do order, and if you use me as your demonstrator this month, you will get a free card class. You need to use the host code. And let's see. And there's my June host code. So use that host code. And when you place an order for $50 or more, you're going to get a free card class from me. And I do all the cutting. I provide all the supplies. I do not provide the embellishments, but that's the only thing I don't. And let's see, I've switched this down here. So there we go. This is one of the cards. And you do use your blends in this. I used Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and Pretty in Pink, along with um, Shy Shamrock. And this is another one of the cards right here. And this one here. So I do this one is embossed down here. I do the embossing. I do all the die cutting. And the dies in the stamp I used on this is the Spotlight in Nature. And I love the Spotlight in Nature dies. I love these circle dies. They are really cool. And as you can see, I layered these two. This one I didn't. And the stamp set is very pretty. I like this. I just think these are very beautiful, and I think you would enjoy making these cards. If you don't have the stamp set, order it and get your free class. How wonderful is that? And if you spend $70 on your online order with the host code, you will get a pack of the embellishments that I used for this card, which are the 2024, 2026 in color shimmer gems. So yes, that is my free gift to you. So, all right. So please take advantage of this wonderful offer. But if you like the papers and the cards, you can also buy the kit from me. And to have the kit mailed to you, the cost is $29 though. And I do include the embellishments in that case if you're paying directly for it. So, and I do tie, your ribbons are included, and I do even tie your bows for you. How great is that? I know a lot of people don't like tying bows. Let's see. And the other wonderful news is I have not free. I have a new card class that starts today. It was launched today, and it is with the Seaside Wishes bundle, which is the stamp set we're using for our card today. And so you will make 4 different cards. You will make 2 each of each card. You will get all the supplies to make 2 of them. You will also get over $25, approximately $25 in Stamping Up products with your order. So, and those are the 4 cards, 2 each. This is cheesecloth, which I provide, and I do dye it for you. And if anything is die cut that is not out of this bundle, which I don't think there is. So you will be doing all your no, this greeting right here is a different stamp set. So I will cut that one for you, and that one needs to be right side up. So yeah, how exciting. So, and for information, they will be, there's a link to purchase this class in my, the remarks there on YouTube. Also, if you go to my website, bonniestamps.com, it will be on my blog for today's card. And if you sign up for my email, and there's also a link in the remarks on YouTube for you to do that too, my remarks, you will get the emails in your inbox that tells you all about my classes. They tell you about my free classes that I do. And there's usually 1 or 2 cards a week where I do provide a free tutorial of making the card for you. Today's card is the free tutorial that will go out in tomorrow morning's email that you'll receive. So all exciting, very exciting. So I hope you will join us. And when you click on the link to sign up for the class, it takes you to a regular, what they call a landing page on the program I use. And there's a register here button. You click on that register button and it will take you to where all the details are. Now, if you don't have the stamps at Seaside Wishes, you can add it on to your class and I pay your shipping and tax for that. So instead of you paying 11% shipping and another 6% or more in state sales tax, I'm covering that for you. You're only paying for the bundle. And then I'll mail everything to you after the sign-up period. My sign-up period goes on for 2 weeks. It ends, in 2 weeks from yesterday on Monday. And then I ask you to allow a week for me to get my order in, the rest of my order in from Stampin' Up, and to package everything up. And then I mail it out. If it doesn't take me a week to get that all done, because sometimes if Stampin' Up isn't busy, I have my order in like 2 or 3 days. So, and then I can turn this around really quick because all the card stocks and everything will already be cut for you. And then you will get it that much sooner. In the email, the tutorial email is emailed out to you on the day that I ship your packages. And there will also be a video tutorial on how to make each card too. So I will be doing that. And if you don't want to buy the class, but you want the tutorial, there is a spot on the register here where you can also purchase the tutorial and get it that way. So great. All right. And what else is new to tell you about? One of the benefits of being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, we get to order things 30 days before you do. And there are new online exclusives being released at midnight tonight, or 12:01 a.m. on June 5th. And they involve an autumn one, a Halloween one, and a Christmas one. So I'm excited about that. I may stay up till midnight tonight just to get my order in right at the crack of midnight so that I get it that much sooner. So I'm excited about that too. So you want to join Stampin' Up and be able to do that. It's a wonderful thing to do. And you also will start off at saving 20% off on your orders. So that covers your shipping and taxes, hopefully, for everybody. And let's see what else. So remember my host code to use it when placing an online order so you get the free class. If you place an order and it's for $150 or more in product, please do not use my host code because you need to take advantage of the Stampin' Rewards that comes with it yourself, and you will still get my class and the free embellishment with it. The free embellishment comes with the $70 plus order. So, all right. And my team name is the Starlight Crafters. So I would love to have you on board with us. So, all right, let's get busy on this card. As I said, I had done this on a live and then we went dead and it was all my fault. So we are going to go ahead and start. This is Coastal Cabana and it is your standard 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock size, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have a panel, also Coastal Cabana, that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I use the So Swirly embossing folder to emboss this. This is not one of the 3D embossing folders. So that's a little bit different because it seems like all of the embossing folders have been the 3Ds. So when embossing this, you want to put your cardstock in here. And if you have the cut and emboss machine, you want to use plate number 1. Put plate number 2 to the side. You don't need it. Use a plate number 3. Put your embossing folder with your cardstock, and then another plate number 3, and run it through your machine. So you don't use the gray plate. You only use that with the 3D embossing folders, and you don't use plate number 2. If you have a Big Shot, I'm sorry, I don't use my Big Shot anymore because I really love my cut and emboss machine because it does a much better job at cutting. And so I don't know what your sandwich is for it. But just start out. If you ever have a lot of resistance when embossing, stop. Don't force it. You're going to bend your folders. So, okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to glue this embossed piece of So Swirly Coastal Cabana cardstock to our card front. I like making sure I get glue in the corners. I don't like my corners coming up. I used to use tear and tape all the time. On the videos, it takes much longer if I do. And also, as you get older, some people end up with arthritis. And I've been blessed with that. So this is just easier on me. And I need all the help I can get it going faster when doing my videos. Okay, let me see. I can slide that down some to get it more even. Okay, and then just press down. Okay, and I forgot to cut me, when I cut my papers, I forgot to cut me a new piece of cardstock for the inside. So let me just double check and make sure this is a 4 by 5 1/4 before we start all our stamping. So let me see. This is just one I grabbed out of a box. It's almost right. And we want 5 1/4. I'll take that little bit off too. Okay. So we got that. Okay, so now we're going to do our stamping. And where is my pad? Here it is. Oh, I didn't show you the card we're making. Oh, well, that's okay. It's going to be a surprise. Now I'll show you. This is the card we're making right here. So sorry about that. I like the card. And I really like the Seaside Wishes stamp set. I live in Idaho, so I don't live on the coast, which is too bad because there is nothing more that I like than the ocean. That's when we vacation or something, that's where I want to go, is the ocean. We lived in Florida for 2 years, which was pretty exciting. That is Basic Beige. This is Pool Party. But after the pandemic started and we were so far away from our kids and grandchildren, we decided to move back to the West Coast. And my sister lives in Idaho, so we selected Idaho to live in. And I have a brother that lives here too. Okay, so now we're going to stamp. This is for the card front. And we're going to start by stamping the sand dollar up in this corner up here. And I really meant for more to go on than that. I want more than that. So let's see. We're going to turn this over. We're going to redo that. I only meant for a tiny bit to be off. There we go. Yeah, I like that more. Okay. And now we're going to stamp in crumb cake the large starfish down in this corner. And I do usually keep a couple of the ends off like that. And then we're going to take the little starfish in Cajun Craze. Now these are photopolymer. That's why I'm using the Stampin' Pierce mat. That way it gives it a cushion. You get a cleaner stamp. And you also want to hold your stamp in place for about 5 seconds so that the ink has time to transfer. And we'll put that over there. Now with this stamp set, there are like little rock pebbles, rocks. I don't know what you want to call them, but that is what these are. Now I'm not using the big one on this card, but I am using the 2 little ones. And this here is a sand stamp that we're going to use too. So I'm going to grab my little pebbles and I'm going to stamp those in the pool party. I'm going to put one right down there. Now I didn't hold that for 5 seconds, and you can tell that it didn't, I don't think it's stamped as good as I've had it. And we're going to stamp one right there. Yes, see that one I think did better. It doesn't look spotty. Okay, and now we're going to get our basic beige for the sand. And I'm going to just press down 3 times, stamp it up with the ink, and then just wherever you want it to go. And stamp off some. Okay. There we go. All right. And so that is all stamped. Now we want to stamp for our greeting, and I cut this out with a die from the Unbounded Love dies. And I'm actually using a word from the Unbounded Love. I'm using hello on this card, and the one I made on my live, I used love you. But this time I decided I just wanted to use love. I'm looking to see, I know I had the Unbounded, let me grab these dies to show them to you. The Unbounded Love dies, there are, let's see, how many are there? There's 16 of them. And that is these right here. And this is the inside. You get 2 pieces when you run this through the cut and emboss. You get the piece that we're stamping the greeting on. And no, I don't have the other piece in here. And then you get a piece from right here to the end of the scallop looking piece. So you can actually cut it out in a different color to have, if you're just putting it straight down and not up on dimensionals, so that you have a border around it. They're really fun dies. I like them. I like a lot of the dies that came out this time, especially the Spotlight on Nature. That's why I bought the stamp set, is because of the dies. That is what I did the free class with. But I really like those cards with the, I used it, the Unbounded Love designer series paper for those. Okay, and I apologize if you see my top of my head, but I need to try and get this somewhat straight. There we go. Good enough. And I did that in Cajun Craze. Okay, now we want to stamp the inside of our card. So I'm going to get these out of the way. So we're going to go back and get our sand dollar again. And we're going to just stamp that right down here. There we go. And we're going to get the little starfish, which I use in Cajun Craze. Now, I've also done where I stamped it in pumpkin pie, and then I use an ink sponge dauber, and I'll ink some Cajun Craze on top of the pumpkin pie, and it really looks good because starfishes go from orange to more the Cajun Craze color, and then you have some that are brown, like the crumb cake. So anything you do will look good. The Oregon coast, oh, I love it over there. Canyon Beach is really a cool place, and just they have haystack rock, and to go and look at the starfishes that are there. It is just so cool. And we were we took our grandkids, and then the parents joined us a few days later to Grand Cayman one year. And they were about 2 and 4. Matter of fact, the one turned 4 just a couple days before we left there. And there was one place we took them, and it was so full of starfishes. They just thought that was really cool. My granddaughter was the one that was turning 4, and her dad, and I, my son, we went on a snorkel tour that included seeing the stingrays down there. She wouldn't get anywhere near them. She did not like those stingrays. But it was okay if she sat on her dad's shoulder and he got near them. And so, because she had the security of her dad. All right. That was a fun time. Okay, so let's finish assembling this card. So we're going to take this and we're going to glue this to this piece of crumb stick cardstock. Now, this piece of white cardstock was 3x4, and my crumb cake layer for it is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So, okay, so I'm going to take this, just going to glue it like so. Okay, now we're going to put this on with dimensionals, but we got to put our cheesecloth around it first, and I'll explain how I did that in a second. But I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape right there, and I'm going to put a piece over here, and we're going to hold on to the tear and tape because we're going to need it again. Huh, that's a black hair. You would think I had a dog in the house, and I don't. I love dogs, but I'm allergic to everything, so we don't have a dog anymore. Okay, so this is cheesecloth that I cut up, and I dyed it in. I took some instant coffee and put it in very hot water to dissolve, and then I put the cheesecloth in there and let it stay till it was the color I wanted. And the colors really varied on here because you can see where this is lighter and that's darker. So, okay, what I did, I put my tear and tape there, and then I just wrapped the cheesecloth around it. And yes, it did cover that starfish. So, did on my card sample too, and I didn't even notice that. Okay, so I get my snips. I love these snips. They do such a good job. I'm going to get that little piece off too. And they're great for fussy cutting. I don't like fussy cutting, but when I do, my snips is what I always go for. Now I'm putting another piece of tear and tape with cheesecloth all over it. I didn't realize I had the cheesecloth on my hand still, so I'm going to just tear that off. Okay, so I'm putting another piece of tear and tape on top of this. This is just to hold it in place. I don't want it getting all over. I want to make sure it's secure, that it's going to stay, that nothing pulls it or anything. So that way it is secure. I'm also going to take a glue dot. Where are you? And I'm going to place one right about there, about where my greeting is going to go, just to hold it in place. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to get some dimensionals. Now, I tend to go a little bit crazy with my dimensionals. When I mail a card, when they go through the machine and all, if we have a couple extra dimensionals on them, they're going to hold up better. And I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one over here too. Okay. So we'll go ahead and take the backings off. This is an old tool for Stampin' Up. I should have maybe put this one in a little bit more, like right there. Yeah, that's not sticking good because of the tear and tape. I forgot about that. I'll just put it right there. This is an old thing they had for Stampin' Up! And I just love it for removing dimensionals and all that. So, okay, now we're going to take this. Here's our card base. Make sure I got it opening right, laying the right way. And we're just going to put this on here like so. We're going to find the greeting we stamped right here. Hello. We're going to use 2 more dimensionals, 1 on each side, because we are putting it over top that cheesecloth. So we need to try and get it to stay put, just like that. And press down hard on that. Okay. There we go. Perfect. And then we want our embellishments. Now this is about where I was on the last video when my computer died. How embarrassing that was. Oh, well, I think next time I'll double check my computer much better. Oh. And it's only Tuesday. There's still a few more days left in the week. So, okay. So get this out of the way. And these are the adhesive back textured dots. So that's the card front. It's all done. I'm not stamping a saying on the inside, a sentiment, because I don't know what I want it to say. But we will go ahead and adhere this inside here. And I like putting it down all 4 sides. I like getting it close to the edge so that it looks like the edges are down. And I actually didn't get any across there. Okay. Then you just want to try and get this as straight as possible. There we go. And that's done. So the card itself is done, but we got the envelope left to do. So I took a 6-inch by 2.5-inch piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock, and I embossed it with the So Swirly embossing folder. And now I'm putting glue around the edges of my envelope flap. And I'm just going to take this, put it on. Make sure it's not sticking up above there, but I want to make sure it's up high enough. And this side needs just a tiny bit bump up. Okay. Whoops, I didn't show you that under there. Okay. So yeah, we don't want it to really show above the top, but we want to make sure it goes up to the top. So it is glued on. Now I take my paper snips. You know, this is one thing I don't like doing. I don't like trimming off of the envelopes. And I have no idea why. But I've forced myself to do it because I would normally stamp on the front corners, but I've made myself do this. And there we go. Okay, and also, so you know, with the free card class with an order that you get the envelopes in with it. So that's what the card kits are packaged in, and then a big Ziploc bag so nothing falls out. So, oh, we forgot something. We forgot our piece of coral. Now, this is cut out of the dies that are right here. I call it coral. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but if you have an idea, because I've seen a lot of demonstrators die cut them and put them on top of the sand dollars, but I didn't want to do that. But to me, they're coral. So let me know what you think they should be, and I would love to hear your feedback. Now, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, please. I love comments. And I really appreciate you all joining me and watching. I appreciate your business and your support. It means a lot to me. So, okay, I'm just putting a couple glue dots on here to attach this. And we're just going to, whoops, that embellishment is in the way. Okay, so if I had put this on when I was supposed to, the embellishment wouldn't have been in the way. So we'll just do that right there. Strats. Let me just grab another one. I must have pulled the sticky stuff off of it when I pulled it up. Okay, there we go. So there is our card. It is all done. It only took me 2 tries to do it. This is the one from my sample, and then this is today's card right here. And I did do an envelope. I think I set it aside, so it's done exactly the same as this. I sure hope you enjoyed this. So please, thank you, and God bless you. I wish you a wonderful week. I'll be back next Tuesday, and we will try the live again, this time with a fully charged computer. And I'll be showing you how to make the free card class that I'm giving with an order. So thank you, and thanks again for joining me. Have a blessed week. Bye.